With the dust finally settling on another Adepticon, the reviews are in, the reveals are spicy, and Warlord Games has once again raised the bar so high you'd need a jump pack to reach it. I'm your host Derrick with Dice Hosers, and today we're breaking down the roadmap for the rest of the year. So buckle up, because 1947, it's looking like the history of tomorrow that was actually yesterday. Made no sense, did it? I know. Seemed to make sense to me when I wrote it, though. But what are we going to do? Looking at the schedule, we are moving at a breakneck pace. This month is all about the Totencorp. And the Fireflies, maybe. We got a full platoon structure and all the models needed to make your shambling undead dreams a reality. And Bob. You gotta find Bob. And speaking of legends, Roberta Wells is back. If you picked up Festung Europa, and you should have, you get her on foot for free. Otherwise, you can snag her Firefly jump pack model at your LGS for about $20. That's right, a special character for $20. In this economy, that's Rift Tech magic right there. Thank you, Warlord Games. And while we're talking Fireflies, the U.S. Firefly platoon structure also dropped. We'll be taking a deep dive video on that absolute monstrosity shortly, so keep those notifications on. Now, moving over to Russia. Let's talk Mother Russia. Adepticon revealed the Ursus, and guys, these bears are literal tanks. You can grab a box of 6 regular Ursas or a box of 3 equipped with mauls. It's one unit with 2 loadouts. If you're vehicle hunting, 3 mauls are all you'll need with that sweet reroll to destroy any vehicle out there. But if you want to delete infantry from the map, 6 regular bears is the way to go. With 12 attacks and the potential for a +3 penetrating hit, if you use your Rift Tech, infantry are not surviving this bear encounter. It's less of a bear hug and more of a catastrophic biomechanical disassembly. Now, moving on to the Commonwealth, or what I like to call it, robots, robots, and more robots. The standout deal is the new automated infantry platoon box. For $80, you get 10 Mark 1s, 2 Mark 2s, and the new Director Mark 2C. It's a 100% plastic kit, which is a dream for both your wallet and your hobby knife. Buying these separately would run you about $125. The new Mark IIs are sporting a light Tesla cannon. So you can now field the unit with 2 light autocannons, a heavy autocannon, and an M21 light Tesla for some cover-ignoring hate. It's going to cost you around 310 points. So if you're tight on points, I'd drop the heavy autocannon, as the Tesla is too good to pass up for stripping away those pesky saves. Because, let's be honest, this is the first unit that isn't a walker that has a weapon that allows you not to give a cover save for the Commonwealth. But the real star here is the Mark II Director. You can finally ditch the meat bags and run a pure automaton list. He's a platoon commander that likely only affects his metal buddies. Speculation is flying. I'm betting on an accuracy buff, maybe an extra shot per 2 models. There's always hope. Or maybe something that makes the active Rift dice not so painful for the Commonwealth when they're running the robots. And let's not forget B for Birdie, the Canadian, yes, I'm making him Canadian, Mark I hero who roams the battlefield helping out the Allies. Rumor says he has 3 points of luck. This guy will simply refuse to die. If he hits damage value 7, he'll be an absolute legend. Looking ahead to quarter 3, things get dark. The writing team is bringing us Rift War Volume 2, Invasion Amerika. Note the K in America. Is that a hint that the Soviets are going to be helping the Japanese? Maybe a joint crossing over the Bering Strait? It certainly feels like the beginning of the end. I mean, we have to think about it. At the end of Festung Europa, there's an interesting little tidbit there for you. All right. Looking ahead, we're also seeing the Ghost Warriors for the Japanese. New unit, or a new name for the Ghost Attack Squad? I don't think so, because based on these silhouettes, they show them swinging katanas, spears, maybe sais, ninjas gone into the rift. I expect some high-stakes melee for the Japanese to help against those Shrek-Wolfen and bears, maybe. Meanwhile, the British and Americans are getting new walkers, and I'm hoping these are brand new sculpts, not just plastic updates. Where's that new background? Or where's that new... I'm looking for it right now. There's a picture I want to show you. And I've hidden it somewhere. So those are the Japanese. And there's the new models. Here we go. So looking at this picture, it isn't just the walkers that they're working on. You can see on the left there, it looks like a Stuart with jump packs for a lift. Maybe like a repulsor tank. And the US are also getting infantry of some sort. Those don't quite look like the Mark I heavy infantry that the Americans have, so maybe they've got something else. Could be interesting. Looks like maybe the Paragons are there. You can also see behind there's a Sherman body with 3 different turrets. And to the right of that, it looks like there's a new robot chassis maybe coming out for the British. Or the Commonwealth, I should call it. So that's interesting. And then, of course, what do we have here with this picture? Soviet surprise. Not only they're getting their Mullet Walker in Q3 alongside a new mystery infantry unit. Is that what they're saying there? New infantry unit. Where are we here? Soviet bloc infantry and a Mullet. So, I don't think this picture here is the new Mullet or the new infantry unit. Let's be honest. It looks like the same model a couple of different ways. I was kind of hoping it would be like the Nachthalden are to the Nachtjagers. You know, a kind of a scalpy unit for an army that prefers a sledgehammer. Not likely what we're going to get. It looks more like a single model from different angles. You can see that there's a serum thing on the back. So I got to go with the rest of the rumors and say I agree with the rumor mill. This is probably Drugoff with a little bit more attitude than the old Wolfman sculpt that he currently has. So Q4 is a bit of a dream, but I'm already chomping at the bit for Volume 3, and I haven't even read Volume 2. There's no name on, or there's no title on this, so it's interesting to see where that's going to go. But these books are essential for setting the tone of this weird and wonderful world. Warlord's being ambitious, and aside from a slight stumbling with this Soviet release, they've been nailing it. I'm especially hopeful that the Japanese Walker and Hero, as you can see here, the Walker is... Where are we here? Walker. This is an interesting one. They're not showing any weapons. I'm hoping that's because it's going to have multiple loadouts, but it does have a bit of a cylinder or canister of some sort on the back. Crush Tech doesn't really use that, so maybe it's a vehicle flamethrower, the larger capacity for flammable fluid. You know, it could be that. We're always hopeful. Then we have the Japanese Hero here. Looks like he's maybe on a horse, and they're doing the ghost walk, you know, carrying through the walls and disappearing. Could be. Doesn't look like it's remade from the old one, but you can see there's definitely a sword. Anybody ever saw the other one? They had a ghost warrior walking through a wall. as a model. It came out at Christmas. You could buy it again. It came out years ago, but at Christmas you could buy it again. So that's an interesting one too. So we have a lot to look forward to, a lot to look ahead to in this the roadmap. And this is just the roadmap of the plastic releases for K47. They also threw the boxes, the books in there. So I get the feeling that even though this is the new plastic release, I don't know if we'll see anything else. Maybe we'll see a couple of the other kits remade into plastic, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. I think they're going to try to go with some of the newer stuff. So that'll be interesting as all get up. But that being said, we've come to the close of our first broadcast of the Rift Dispatches here on Dice Hosers. And until next time, keep your dice rolling and your Rift Tech stable.